Yo! Welcome. You're watching the Let's Go Comic Show, episode 196. We talk about comics, comic movies, comic TV shows, everything in the world of comics, and then we rate those suckers. Part of the Let's Go Podcast Network, pop culture with Out the Pop. My name is Justin.
My name's Matt.
Yo, we are here. Thank you. We're doing it live again. I think we're going to try to keep going live as much as we can when it's humanly possible on Wednesday nights, and then we'll drop the audio on Fridays. So it seemed to work out last week. We're going to continue to try it out, and it's kind of fun. And we'll do it live. We'll do it live. So we're excited about today, though. We're going to talk a little bit about some comics. We're gonna try to be as straight up comics as we can, but we can't not talk about certain things, Matt. There's just certain things that are out there.
What certain things would that be?
I'm trying to keep it Halloween focused, and so it's going to be very web focused.
Ooh, web focus,
webby,
okay.
Web fluidity. But
Webby,
first, webby. But let's talk about the Let's Go rating system. You're good at that. I always forget.
I'm glad you think I'm so good at it.
You're so good at that, man.
It's a tough thing to master. It takes years of training.
At least 200 episodes.
Yeah, you have to travel up a snowy mountain. You get a special, like, the League of Ratings, like, that gives you secret training. I don't have my like 3, like arm knives on right now, but it's totally a part of it.
There you go.
So the Let's Go rating system is the best we give is a gotta go.
Yes.
Below that is a let's go. Below that,
I'm gonna do arm symbols.
These are new arm symbols.
Yeah, you don't see them ever.
Sorry, below that is a go, and then below that is a don't go, and the lowest we give is trash juice. What's the hand signal for trash? Okay, I was afraid what that was going to be.
So just a vomiting motion, like it just that was awful. What'd you guys do? What was that? Why'd you guys pour that in the trash can right there? So so anyways, wanted to talk a little bit about kind of rolled out today. So there was an article in was it Empire magazine? I really don't care what magazine it was. Was it Empire?
It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter in the sense of like I go read the magazine. I was just more interested in the content that came out. So we know there's a Spider-Man movie coming out in about 7 weeks.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home, starring Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
Oh my gosh.
Tom Holland. Maybe, allegedly, I don't know. It's one of those things where like, is it true? Scale of 1 to 10, Matt. How much do you believe that Tobey Maguire is in this film?
I'm pretty close to the middle, but I would say I'm like maybe like 4.
You're a 4.
Like I'm like just below middle. I'm like I don't think it is, but I don't want to say like no way, it's never happening.
It's so hard because it's always like, oh shoot, you can't say that. You can't say it's not happening.
Right. What about you?
I think I'm at like a 7.
Oh, okay. So you're pretty convinced.
I'm like, something's happening because it's so secretive. It's kind of dumb now, right? It's so secretive.
Well, everyone's like just straight up like lying about it now. If it's not the case, they're just denying everything.
Yeah. Well, because here's the thing. Like, there's so many approved things. Like, we know Doc Ock's in it. We know there's some Green Goblins in there. We know that Electro's in it because Jamie Foxx straight tweeted it.
Yeah, he did.
He's like, yo, I'm doing this, not blue. It's awesome. And I've seen the photos of those cats. Like, I've seen all 3 of those people.
Yeah.
Spoilers, non-spoilers. I'm just saying I saw photos. They could have been manipulated. I don't know. And then Collider straight drops. Not Collider. Sorry.
Empire.
I misspoke.
I was going to say different.
Empire. I guess that's why it's important to know. But they straight drop. Sandman's in this thing. Thomas Hayden Church is back as Sandman. Green sweater and all. And then what's his face? Riz. You say the name. I messed it up, dude.
Oh, I thought it was Reese, but I mean, Reese? I don't know, man.
It's Reese.
One of the most difficult names for me to remember how to pronounce. Reese.
Yeah.
Ifans.
Yeah. Sure. He's back as the Lizard. That's cool. And then who else? Maybe Venom. Right?
Oh, dude, I don't know. Sure. I mean, because
Mike thinks it's Venom's. He's all, dude, it's got to be Venom who's going to be.
I broke it to him. He was like, see, it's someone from Spider-Man 3. It's like, oh, bro, sorry to tell you. It's not. That's not who it is.
Watch it be
Yeah,
Topher Grace. Watch Topher Grace roll up.
okay, I would actually love. I'm all for people that like I feel like could have done a good job but didn't, like, to get some vindication. I'd be
Yeah.
down to see Topher Grace.
Vindicated. I am selfish. Oh, you get some Spider-Man. Was that from Spider-Man 2 or was
Oh
that
my
from 3?
gosh. Probably 2?
Was it from 2? Somebody let me know. Was Dashboard Confessional in Spider-Man 2? Or was
I
it
feel like that's more
3?
Spider-Man 2 vibes, but I
Oh
didn't pay
man.
attention enough to those soundtracks. I'm gonna be real with you.
You didn't pay
Yeah,
attention?
that's the latest web news, huh?
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. Next week, Eternals comes out, right? So this
Mhm.
trailer, they can't control the narrative anymore. It's like it's getting out there. They're ready uh like poop this right out for everybody, man. Everyone's
We're
gonna
ready to
find
talk
out.
about fake Doctor Strange.
Fake Doctor
Fake.
Strange. Hey, that Doctor Strange is totally fake. I don't think that's really Doctor Strange. It doesn't seem like Doctor Strange,
You act
right?
like you know him so well.
Well, I know I didn't like his movie that much, but I can tell like how his
Whatever,
character
man.
was, how his
Well, you
character
know
was in
what
that
I can
film.
tell? You know what I can tell? Wong would never go karaokeing. So fake Wong too. They're all fake, not the real
Oh,
people.
Wong likes to have some fun, dude.
Well, just like Doctor Strange likes to break some rules. That's my point.
I just feel like he was too like, we'll fix
That's the way
this.
it was edited, though. It's a trailer.
That's true.
Jeez, this is going the way of WandaVision. This is why I'm like trying to like hedge my bets and not like try to look too much into it. I'm like, geez, guys, like it's Mephisto.
It is Mephisto. Mephisto's coming, dude. So, anyways, okay, I was just curious, like, what your thoughts were, where you registered on this, because we were talking about it a little bit today. We were saying, like, hey, this is happening, but I didn't like how much do we believe? I'd like to believe. I actually would love to. I'm actually more wanting to see Andrew Garfield come back than Tobey Maguire. You know?
I feel like we're getting in trouble for this, but yeah, I
Yeah.
would agree.
I don't
I would
bring on the
agree. I
trouble.
think bring
Bring
the
on
trouble.
the trouble, man. I don't
So
care.
yeah, I mean, I love like we talked, last month when I rewatched through those with my boys.
Uh-huh.
The Amazing Spider-Man movies, I think they definitely have their problems for sure, but I think they get too much of a bad rap, man. They had some really great elements, and so I'm excited to see if some of those can be redeemed and incorporated a little bit. We can see them again.
Yeah, agreed. I agree with you. Tobey Maguire was a terrible Spider-Man. There we go.
Ooh,
Man, just
he's
saying.
not. He's not the goat.
He is not the GOAT.
You
Just saying.
sure?
I'm tweeting that right now. Tobey Maguire
Oh,
is
dude, you're
not
just
a good.
looking for trouble.
I am. Come on, let's talk about it right now. Is not a good Spider-Man.
Oh my gosh, you literally are doing
Fight,
this right now.
fight me. I'm doing it right now on video. Boom. There
Oh,
you go.
Justin.
We'll see what happens. So yeah, there we go. Some Spidey news. Let's go. So have
All
you
right.
seen any the final trailers or anything for Eternals? Are you excited for that? Because that's next week.
Oh yeah, I saw I think a TV spot
Yeah.
where they're talking to Icarus basically saying he was like Superman.
Yeah.
So
So
pretty funny.
okay, that's where I was going. So the whole thing is like Superman's in the Marvel universe as an idea. Like I think that's been going on since since Spider-Man, since the first Spider-Man. She's like, "You're not Superman, like Aunt May's calling it out.
Oh
I
yeah.
just
Uh-huh.
I feel like in the pop culture world, like all these things kind of feed into each other. They're like, oh yeah, like Batman probably has Spider-Man movies going on. Like in the Dark Knight poster, I feel like, or
Whoops.
the Heath Ledger, like when he was filming Batman,
Mm-hmm.
like there's a picture of Spider-Man 3 in the background. So there you go. They're all connected.
They're all connected. I just
Yeah.
want Green Goblin to show up in this movie. We have Aunt May like
snowboard.
CGI in there, and he's like, "Say it,
Say it.
Superman."
It's actually similar to that Man of Steel scene where he's hovering over the people about to drown, and he's just like reaching out, like y'all are gonna drown, but you made an S, so I'm gonna take care of you guys. Well, if there's no S, you're washing away. You're washing away, Aunt May. Better put an S on that house. Anyways,
Yeah, Eternals looks good. Like it looks pretty. Like there's nothing that's like moved the needle for me on that very much. Like I'm open to it. It's just not one of those properties that I have a lot of investment in already. But like I've said, like recently, I
Yeah.
didn't I didn't know what to think about a Black Widow movie, and that ended up being great. So why
Yeah.
not? Like, it could be awesome. What
Yeah.
about you?
I
How are you
mean,
feeling going into it?
gonna watch it. Maybe we'll watch it together. Are you gonna watch? Do you already have plans about to watch it next week?
Let's make plans.
Yeah. I'm kind of like where I'm like 7. I'm at a 7 for like, hey, I think these other Spider guys are going to be in the Spider-Man movie. For Eternals, like my level of excitement, I'm like, I don't know. I'll go because it's a Marvel film. Because it's like, why
Yeah.
not? I've seen 27 of them. Like, might as well see this other one. I just don't care about these characters. Like I have no connection to them. Yo, hey Pete. Pete jumped in. What's
Yo,
up, Pete?
Pete.
I got no connection to these Eternal characters. Nothing about them excites me. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's another one of those things, like we talked about with Matt Reeves, the Batman. Like, there's a
Mhm.
lot of great pieces in place. So I mean, it should be good.
Yeah.
I think they have great cast, like director, like they have a lot of good elements. So I
Yeah,
anticipate
yeah.
it.
I feel you. I feel you. And my needle's moved a little bit on the Batman. So
Oh, look at you talking about
anything's
your needle.
there you go. My needle's moving. So anything can happen. Like I'm willing to be blown away. It looks awesome. It looks really great.
Yeah.
But am I going to
Hmm.
connect? I don't know. We'll see. So, all right.
Yeah.
Matt, we're coming up on
So,
Halloween. Halloween's going to hit us real soon. I
yes.
wanted to ask you a couple questions about Halloween. Do you have
Go
any?
shoot.
Do you have any? Oh, whoa! Do you have any Halloween rhythms? Is there any things like oh man, that's nerdy rhythms? Is there any nerdy Halloween rhythms that you got?
Nerdy Halloween rhythms. I don't know if I do,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. I think Halloween is nerdy in of itself. Like tonight, our kids both went to like a little Halloween thing,
Yeah.
and my son went as Elvis Darth Vader. He went as Elvader.
What? Dude, that's great.
Yeah.
That's
So
so
he
fun,
he
dude.
kind of wanted to put a spin on it. I was just curious, like, do you guys have any nerdy things popping up in your Halloween plans? Maybe.
No, a lot of stuff is just based off of like around Paw Patrol and princesses
Oh,
and stuff.
wow.
And yeah, dude, my kids are, remember, I have enough kids where there's still a few of them that are in that stage. Uh, and then my oldest son, he has like no motivation for figuring out a costume at
Like
all.
whatever, Dad.
Like, yeah, man. A few years ago, though, like we were desperate and it was last minute. I mean, make it sound like it's not desperate and last minute every year because I suck at planning this out. But we found an Avengers Endgame costume
Uh,
that's just like that generic, like time traveling, like white costume.
yeah.
Got that, and then just had him wear a Spider-Man mask with it. We're like, hey, Spider-Man traveled in time in Endgame.
But
Here you
that's
go.
I like that. That actually makes it that's like a little more creative to me. Like, oh, okay, you put your own little spin on it because
Yeah,
I always hate the store-bought costumes.
I know
I'm
you
like,
do.
y'all cheated. We did it one year and I felt terrible.
Not all of us have that luxury, man.
That
Just
luxury of
being
like throwing
able
it
to
together.
make it from scratch, dude. You've made some impressive costumes for your kids,
No, my favorite was the Ghostbusters outfit. That was my favorite.
dude. That thing was cool.
Yeah, thank
You
you.
can
It
buy
was
one of those at the store this year, and I was like, this is literally a brown jumpsuit,
yeah,
guys.
it's not good at all. Mine had my kid's name on it because there's a guy who makes them on Etsy. Like you can get like the Ghostbuster, thing, the patch. So it's sad he's kind of grown out of it. Now it's
That's
just like
so cool.
it's a relic now. I still have the proton pack. I don't know what to do with it. It's like just in the garage. It's like old pieces of sprinkler heads and whatever I found in the garage that week. So rest in peace. Rest in peace, proton pack. Definitely was cooler than the ones that they have blow up ones. It's like, come on, dude. You love your kids? No. All
Yeah,
right.
dude. I mean, inflatable costumes are all the rage right now, man. That's my other son's like one factor that he wanted. He didn't even say a specific costume. He's like, I just want an inflatable costume.
Just
Like,
blow it up, Dad.
yeah, we're just gonna blow it up.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that he grows out of anything blow up as he gets older. So,
Yeah, that's the
yeah.
hope.
Yeah. Cool. All right, man. So let's jump into some comics then. I feel like I read a few things this week. I read Daredevil. Daredevil ends next month. This whole run. This was like the
Oh
penultimate
wow.
issue of Daredevil. And I actually have my reviews coming. I didn't finish it, so it'll be posted on the site this week. But like, it kind of made me sad reading it because I've really been enjoying this entire run, and
Mhm.
like, oh, I was really not cool with a decision they made in this issue, and I don't want to spoil it, but I'll just set it up a little bit. Like, so Elektra is taking over the mantle of Daredevil in Hell's Kitchen because Daredevil got arrested, and he's still going through this situation where his like Catholic guilt is keeping him in jail. I need to be in jail because I killed someone. We're not even sure still if he killed this cat, but anyways, there's a situation where Kingpin was able to clone Bullseye. So there's a bunch of Bullseyes running around. It sounds stupid, but it's actually really cool. Anyway, so she comes to like kind of a face-to-face with Bullseye. And like, you know how Bullseye threw a sigh up in her back in the Frank Miller comics, right?
Oh,
classic scene. Check it out. If you like comics, you'll know this thing. And so she kind of has him. Well, he kind of has her in a situation where there's this like random couple that they're going to reenact that scene. They're in a play. You know, they're in some like theater house and it's going to happen. And then anywho, they actually, you know, that breaks free from that. And so you're like, oh shoot, there's like this tension. There's this tension going like, oh, are they going to do this? How's this going to go down? You're almost like, oh, is he going to kill Elektra again? Is she just going to kill Bullseye? And then remember, this is her arc. I'm like, oh shoot, this is the Daredevil Elektra arc. And then something happens. I'm not going to spoil it. It's something I want, but I didn't want this to happen in her story. And I was kind of like, man, what a cheap way to close up that thread, Zdarsky. What the heck? So I was kind of bummed. And it made me like, and I know this story is actually going to like spin out into more Marvel titles with Kingpin and stuff, like his power. And, you know, this is a spoiler, non-spoiler. Like he proposes to Typhoid Mary like at the end of the issue, and it's like supposed to lead into some like Kingpin power thing that's going to be going on. So there'll probably be another Daredevil like volume 7 coming soon.
Yeah.
But it really kind of bummed me out, man. It made me like, I was really high on this whole series, and then this issue really like, oh y'all, hey Pete, I love clones. Yeah, you do. You love spider clones. So from Ben Reilly's. Ben Reilly's actually a pretty cool character. But yeah, man, it almost didn't like ruin it. Like, you ruined my comic, but it was like, oh man, I wish you didn't make that decision. You made the real easy decision, and I wish you didn't. And I feel like it impacted her story. So, anyways, that's all I'll say. But if you're reading Daredevil, this issue is issue 35 of the 6th volume of Daredevil. Legacy number like 648 or whatever it is. It's like issue 648 if you were like counting every Daredevil issue ever made. But
is Marvel still tracking stuff like that?
Yes, they do.
Doing legacy numbers?
It's the only way to figure it out, because if you want to say you just got in the comics and you're like, oh man, Amazing Spider-Man, can't wait to read those comics, and you just go to the comic store and buy them. You can buy like Amazing Spider-Man like, you know, 27, right? And there's like 4 different volumes that came out in the last 5 years. And so you need that legacy number to show you what the heck you're buying, because you can be buying, you know, issue 27 from like 2016.
That's the wrong run.
Yeah. Like, this isn't Connect. It's still Umberto Ramos doing it, but it's not the same series.
Not the same.
That dude is still drawing Spider-Man here and there. So yeah, man. That being said, Daredevil's wrapping up. I'm kind of sad, but
yeah, that's been like your mainstay for quite a while.
It has been. So yeah, man. And I like Zdarsky. I like what he was doing. So yeah.
Pete doesn't need legacy numbers. He wants 5 number 35s.
He doesn't. I don't need legacy numbers. No fun. What? I just get confused is all. I'm like, dude, give me some numbers. And I like the history. Like, I'm hoping Batman goes back to its like 900 like number, because I like to know, like, dude, this book's been carrying some weight, you know, because Superman's been doing that lately too. Like, I don't know. I mean, that's a whole other show topic, is like legacy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So as exciting as that sounds, I wanted to talk about some legacy numbers.
Obviously need to have Pete on to about.
Pete, when we talk about legacy numbers, we'll have you on, dude, because sounds like you have some deep thoughts about legacy numbers.
Hey, DC's all about legacy. Oh wait, that's Marvel.
Dude. No, well, yeah, I don't know. They're trying to have legacy, but
they are.
Anywho, all right, Matt, did you jump into anything that was exciting this week?
Yeah, I mean, I was curious about DC versus vampires. It's another again, like, you look at things, it's like, I enjoy vampire stories. I think Rosenberg's a good dude. Like, I like his writing and the stuff he's done, his
Yeah.
characterization, uh, and to see him kind of do his take, a la like Tom Taylor's Deceased in this way, like I was stoked to do it, man.
Ooh,
And
look
I
at that.
think, oh, there it is. Look at that.
Look
And
at that cover.
add on to that, you have Otto Schmidt doing the art. That's just
That cover's
exciting to
dope
me,
too.
dude. That's such a fun variant cover.
Yeah.
Look at us
This
cycling
cover's
through.
like
Okay,
whatevs.
no, okay, but did you? So you haven't seen why it is what it is? Then you need to
No.
look up some stuff about this cover because it's glow in the dark and it
Oh, okay.
changes. I was like, that's actually really cool because I thought the same
Okay.
thing when I read through it. I was like, oh, this is kind of
Oh,
a
this is
random
something they
cover.
had in the drawer. Like, all right, let's put this
Yeah, no, but
guy in a
then the whole
t-shirt up.
point of it is that it's glow in the dark and reveals something else. Like once you do it,
Mm-hmm.
so
So yeah, so here's just some more images from the book. Oh, that's pretty cool. So yeah.
Did you
But
get a
yeah,
chance to read it? Did it
yeah,
check it out?
I read the whole thing. I got some thoughts on it. So some Otto Schmidt art. I like Otto Schmidt, but I feel like he was rushed on this thing, man. I did
Yeah.
not feel like this was the best of what Otto Schmidt brings to the table because he definitely has he definitely has a fun, like kinetic, quirky style. But here it's
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like they're like, hey, bro, can you jump on this book?
Oh, dude, I know when he was doing, was it Green Arrow a few years ago that he was
Mm-hmm.
doing?
He did that. He
That
did
was
Hawkeye. Yeah.
that was great, man. Like it was
Any
some
Arrow book.
great stuff. Yeah, it
Yeah.
just yeah, dude, just any arrow like archery related kind of
Got
book.
Arrow
Which I
guys?
mean,
Sure.
yeah, that's my guy. Uh so I think the spirit of it is there as far as like again like kind of feeling like deceased and just like kind of anything can go, and
Mm-hmm.
he's just going to lean in and have some fun with just gruesome ways of getting rid of characters and changing characters up and stuff like that. And so
Yeah.
for that aspect of it, I think it's not a perfect book, I would say, by any stretch,
Yeah.
but I enjoyed it enough to like check out the next issue. But I agree, like art just felt off. Like I didn't realize, I forgot that it was Otto Schmidt for a good part of it.
Oh, really?
Uh, yeah, and then I got to the end and was like, oh crap, that was Otto Schmidt. Just because like how some of the anatomy, like the angles, like where people were talking and stuff, like it just looked kind of odd, even for Schmidt. Um, yeah, so I mean, but it just felt off, and so it was kind of hard to follow at some points. But I'm like
Mm.
seeing vampire versions of like supervillains and different stuff, and working in like I Vampire into like there's things about it where I was like, this is pretty fun. Like I think
Okay, so
that's
I'm
a
glad you said
fun
that because
sandbox to play in. I think.
yeah, because I don't know much about this Andrew Bennett guy, the I Vampire. I know that was a what? Eric looks like he's about to drop a hot 32. Wait, what? I don't even know what that means. That's a New York thing, probably. Like, hey, yo, drop a hot 32. I don't know. Tell me what that means. I don't know what you're talking about. But
Like a sausage of some sort,
is
or
it a sausage? Is the sausage king of Chicago? I don't know. Uh, but I don't know anything about 32 bars. Oh, like I'm gonna drop. Oh, like I'm gonna rap. Well, give me a beat,
got
bro. Maybe I'll
mom
talk about I
spaghetti and all
Vampire.
that. Yeah.
But I Vampire is a character I don't know anything about. Wasn't it a Scott Snyder book?
Man, he probably did one of those runs. I know it wasn't like his creation. There's been a few different versions of it. So I'm
Oh,
also
okay.
not I kind of like it when there's characters I'm not super familiar with and they're
Yeah.
brought in kind of randomly from like DC or Vertigo lore,
Yeah.
wherever I Vampire like sat before. So I kind of like that because I'm like, oh, who's this dude? Like, what's this about? And I thought it was an interesting framing device for it for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Oh shoot. So yeah, I Vampire's been something that came out in the 80s, 83. I'm just
American
looking it up.
Vampire with Snyder.
That's right. There you go. Oh, look
Thank
at
you.
Pete. So you guys don't know anything about comics.
That's why Justin tries not to talk about him. This is like the
Yeah.
first time we've talked about comics in a while. He doesn't hashtag Justin hates comics. That's what
I hate comics, dude. I hate comics, dude. Man, what stupid comics. What are we doing? Yeah, so I just remember it from the New 52 relaunch that they had, and I thought, I don't know who is it, Fialkolov, whatever that guy's name is. He was writing it. Never got into it. Just wasn't a book, but it was kind of I was familiar enough with just the idea of I
Yeah,
vampire. So when he was saying I vampire, I was like, okay, cool. Like I have just
got
enough
it.
surface level DC
Yeah,
history that homeboy is a thing. So yeah, but okay. So
yeah.
he's rolling up to the Hall of Justice. He's rolling up, and he gets kind of accosted by Green Lantern. Green Lantern heads him up and he's just like, "Yo, dude, I'm gonna set you on fire. Show these people I can take care of like, weird things, and then I'm taking you inside. We're
No,
gonna help
that
you
was
out."
not what happened.
Yeah, he totally like lit
No,
the dude on fire, didn't he?
no,
Outside the
he
Hall of
got hit by
Justice.
a car, and then someone checked on him to see if he was okay, and they moved like his blanket, and then he was exposed to the sun and caught on fire, and then Green Lantern saved him
Oh
and brought
shoot!
him
Look at
into the
that.
Hall of Justice. Way to
Because
spoil the
I
ending,
thought
though. Way to spoil that ending,
spoil the
though.
end. I didn't spoil the ending. It looked like he was on green fires. Looks like they had green fires on him, like with the ring. If you look at one of the panels from that page, that's why I thought he
Well,
was like,
that's because there is later in the book.
no, right there in the first panels, right there. That flame is green, bro. So I thought
Yeah,
he was
man.
trying to snuff out whatever was going on with him. And so he's like, "Hey, you never seen a guy bursting in the flame?" I thought he was doing that to get the people to back off from him. Like he rolls
Hmm.
up and he even says, "You haven't seen people burst in the flame." I get like the whole vampire thing, like the sun and everything, but it looked like he
Well, I
was
think
doing that.
eventually it was green once he was there. I thought that was him helping him at
Uh,
first.
Anywho, whatevs. So we get into that's a key thing. I'm just like, maybe I read it wrong. Maybe we're both right. Maybe we're both wrong. I don't know. It's comics. Comics are crazy. They could have some green flame. So we go into the Hall of Justice, put this dude on a table. Hal Jordan's helping him out. He's a little sus, and then freaking Wonder Twin guy. Which guy
Yeah,
is it? It's Zan.
yeah,
Zan just kind of helping him out. Like, hey,
yeah. I
which
work here too.
yeah. So this is first off, this is written by Tynion and Tynion, Pete's favorite, and my guy Rosenberg.
Yeah,
So excited about this little team up. You can tell there's some stuff I'm like, oh, I know this is definitely some Rosenberg because he's got a humor, and I can snuff it out when it's in a book, and I can tell because he's done this on Spider-Man too when he was writing with who's the dude on Spider-Man. He was writing with him. I can't remember, but he was co-writing with him, and I can tell. Shoot, that's Rosenberg. That's him doing his stuff. So
all right.
all right, keep going.
Yeah,
Keep
man.
going.
I think you had like you get the whole backstory with Vampire catching them up, what's happening in the world of the vampires, and I wasn't mad that whole thing kind of was washed in red. I'm sure that was part of maybe if things were rushed, like where
Mhm.
it was like, hey, this just makes coloring like a lot easier. Let's get this out.
Oh, I really
Uh,
like that. I love that.
I thought it was a fun style and it was good effect, and I thought the reveals during that were pretty cool. And I think
Mhm.
it sets up some good stakes and not common like the vampires are out to get us, but more like, more like, hey, there's actually something going on here that's a little
Yeah.
more complex.
Yeah.
And I think that we saw it in DC's, we saw it in the What If episode with Marvel Zombies. Like, I think
Mhm.
having super powered like zombies and vampires and monsters like is just a fun comic booky thing. And it's fun
Yeah.
that it's the week of Halloween. But then I think the reveal, I mean, we don't have to talk about it directly, but
No, no,
the
not
little
really.
bit of a twist at the end,
Twist.
uh, it's pretty dark. I mean, someone is basically blended. So I mean, that's a bummer.
Oh, I wanted
Uh,
to talk about that because it gives away something. I won't talk about it, but there is definitely a there's some really funny jokes in here with Green Lantern and the Wonder Twin, and I'll just say uh he's all taste watery,
oh my gosh.
which was funny because the Wonder
Yeah.
Twins, their power sets and whatever, but
Yeah.
is good stuff. Nico, I'm in here because of the Toby. Well, you missed the Toby slander, bro. So there you go. To go back.
Dude, Justin, he's just poking. He knew he would get him on here.
I knew it. I knew it would happen. No, we're done. We're done talking about
Justin
Spider-Man,
had
bro.
that just for a quick second, like a turd in the wind, and then it
It
was
was
gone.
flapping, dude. There it was. It was gone. Turned in the wind, just like Nico. It worked.
What? No.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah. So this I thought this book was a fine kind of like Halloween read, but I wasn't like Deceased. I thought was way better.
Yeah, I think the first I think the first volume of Deceased was for sure better. I think the other ones were all right. I don't know what it means when something is cheeks. Maybe I'm just showing my my ignorance here.
It means cheeks is like is good. It's a good thing. Oh, there you
go. Oh man.
There's a whole side show going on here.
There's a whole thing going on in the chat. So I agree. This feels like more of like a fun Halloween kind of read. I don't know if I don't know, man. Something would have to happen for me to be really excited about sticking around for 12 issues of this.
That was what I was going to say. I was like,
that is a long time, man. Yeah, like, well, we'll see you next Halloween, guys. That's when.
Yeah. Is this monthly or is it like bi-weekly?
I don't know. That's actually a great question.
Yeah, and
we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Is it Otto doing the whole thing?
I think so. I think he's supposed to be.
Well, here's the thing. Rosenberg, come on and let's chat, dude. You hit us up. Come email me back and we'll chat about this book because I'm curious, man. I'm definitely interested in the story. I just want to see where it goes. I hope if this does go on 12 issues that Otto stays on it, that it's the same artist and that he actually can have some more time because you know what he's capable of. Like I think his gold standard is that Hawkeye run and the stuff he did on Green Arrow. I think those are both great takes, and so I want to see more of that. So
yeah.
Freaking Eric, dude. Oh goodness.
And we're getting lighting compliments.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Nico. Lighting is.
I grabbed 3 different random lamps from around my house. So
I just got a ring light, bro, like right here.
High quality.
And maybe it's my laptop light going on. I don't know. So yeah, so this book, I'm gonna give it a go for right now. It's not a let's go at all. But I'm interested. I'm not gonna not read the next ones. I'm curious what's going on. And there is a good twist. You're like, oh shoot, that's a twist, you know?
Yeah.
It's a good twist. It's a good twist.
Yeah, I think there's some good bones there. I'm curious to see if they can maybe capitalize on those a little bit better in the coming issues. But yeah, I would agree. It's a go. I'm just a sucker for vampire stories though, especially when it's with superheroes. That's just a fun, silly concept that kind of comic books get to do. You know, it's a special thing for them.
Yeah. And the one thing I will say is this is definitely out of continuity of the main continuity because and it's not a spoiler. Alfred's in this story. Like Alfred Pennyworth is in this book.
Yeah.
He's here. So it's not like a at post Tom King Tynan like level of Batman. It's just kind of this is a version of these characters. And so
yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, totally. So that's a go.
Yeah. It's I think the other you, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
So I think the other obvious book to talk about the week of Halloween that released today, and that is
Batman The Long Halloween Special number 1.
Yeah. That's like you're ordering a meal at a really fun comic booky place. Like, I'll take the Long Halloween Special number 1.
I heard there was a live show. Who wants some good hard vengeance? Some hard vengeance. I never want any hard vengeance.
Nope. Only soft vengeance for Justin.
Only soft vengeance. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm dishing it out. So yeah, Tim Sale and Jeff Loeb are back. I'll be honest, Matt. I didn't finish this book today. I didn't know I had to go through 50-something pages, and so I didn't finish it. But I'm just gonna say from what I'm reading and based on like the reviews I've read, this is going to satisfy all of you Long Halloween fans.
Mm-hmm.
So like it looks like it fits right in. It doesn't look like a money grab. It doesn't look like, a cash grab type of thing. It looks like hey, we have a really cool story to tell. And we're going to do some more of this. Even though I haven't read the whole thing, it didn't feel cheap to me is what I'm saying. And I don't think they would come back and do something like a book that's so revered, like Long Halloween and those Legends of the Dark Knight specials and, Dark Victory, I don't think they would come back and try to soil that. So it looks like they're doing something special. So
totally.
Go for it.
I also didn't realize how long this book was when I started reading it too. So I don't know how far you got, but I liked what I saw. Like, it just felt like it kind of made me think of, was it last year when El Camino came out on Netflix, to kind of like revisit the world of Breaking Bad?
Oh yeah.
Just for like a moment. And you
Yeah.
get into something like that. You're like, oh man, I forgot. I missed like just this atmosphere and this environment, like, and you kind of jump right back in. For the most part, this book felt like that for me. I don't think Tim Sale's art is quite as polished as I remember in some of the older stuff, but it's still in the ballpark though, and I think has a lot of fun stuff. I think he just, man. Oh yeah, Zeddy, I would say it's better than Justin. Would you say it's better than the Batman 89 run?
I mean, here's the thing. From what
as far as
I've read,
revisiting old properties,
I've read about 30 something pages of this book, and it felt like it was in the same world as the other two volumes, where Batman 89 feels like a completely different world and does not feel like it's part of 89. So yes.
But I think it is interesting to bring that up though too, because both of them are in a way trying to say like, hey, what would the next kind of part of the story have been like if things kept going? And I think this just, for me, I would agree, like just lands way better, even just being like a little over halfway through this issue. Like you have characters being introduced, like Robin, you have stuff like there's things that like you're like, oh, that would be the next step, is involving some of these other characters. I think the biggest thing for me that works right off the bat is that Calendar Man is a little more of a threat, and it's because he feels like slighted by what happened in the original story. And I'm like, that's a brilliant like hook in my mind. Like that's a great concept to go with.
So and there's some interesting stuff as you get further into it with Harvey Dent. There's Batman missing. Well, Gordon's missing Dent. Batman's kind of like, he's a murderer, whatever. Like, who cares? Like, but he comes around, and then you get a little bit of. Sorry, I'm very uncomfortable on this stool. You get a little bit of Barbara Gordon popping in there as Batgirl. So. Her and Dick interacting. So man, there's some really good stuff in here. I can't wait to finish it. I have a feeling I'm gonna love it based on the people I know who loved it. John, who wrote a review for it on the site, he loved it. Lauer loved it. Everyone loves it. I feel like I'm gonna love it. And so my preemptive rating is it's a let's go. I think John gave it a gotta go.
Oh wow. So, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So there you
man.
go.
I know it's way more fun when we disagree on stuff, but like I would also give it a let's go so far.
Yeah. Oh, I can disagree with you. I disagree that you should have read more. I don't know.
Yeah, man. It's been a crazy week. I didn't get to the shop, and so it's been kind of hit or miss for talking through, for reading through, I should say.
Yeah.
The issues this week for me.
Nice. Cool. But was there any other books you picked up that you were able to maybe peek through on the
No, but I just want to give a shout out to Bitterroot Volume 3. The collected edition was published this week, and that is such an excellent story. I have all the single issues, and I'll probably wait until they collect it in something, a little more comprehensive instead of just getting this one volume. But if you haven't kept up on it, Sanford Green, David F. Walker, gosh, dude, such a great team. Such a cool original concept. I mean, get on it now, familiarize yourself with it, because it's being developed as a film with I think with Regina King. And then
she directing it or producing?
Ryan Coogler's producing. Pretty sure Regina King's directing.
Okay.
So it's a rad story, and so that's collected, easy to pick up and digest in one thing, but just pick up volumes 1 and 2 while you're out there too. It's a great book to support. Yeah.
Get some comics, people.
What about you? Any other books?
What we talked about off air is that we wanted to give a kind of a heads up to a book that's coming out. Is it coming out next week, or is it coming out in 2 weeks?
I'm gonna double check that. Zeddy is in the chat saying Superman 78, number 3.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good book. So
That's
yeah,
been a lot more consistent for
that actually
sure.
feels like the movies. So if you're a fan of the movies, I'm not even a fan of those Christopher Reeve movies, but this book it's good in the sense that it feels like that world. So yeah, good job for making that happen, DC.
Yeah, so I have like several books that I'm looking forward to checking out this coming week, but Justin and I both got to read through early review copy of Tom King's The Human Target #1
Yeah.
that's going to be dropping next week,
Is
and
that
we're not
next
going to
week? It
talk
is
about it
next week.
yet. Yeah,
We are going to say a few things.
Just going to
It's good.
say it's incredible.
This is a book.
Shocker.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. I mean, it's coming from Tom King. We're not shy with our love and admiration of Tom King. I think he's really, and we talked about this last week with Pete, with the whole Strange Adventures book. Man, that's just a great book because he doesn't have any there's not a huge legion of Adam Strange and Mr. Terrific fans going to be calling people out for this isn't true who this character is, because these characters haven't really been as fleshed out. Mr. Terrific, they've done attempts. Adam Strange is pretty one note for there's been, I don't want to speak ill on any runs people really like, but he's a space guy and he has a rocket pack. And
had to be there apparently.
It had to be there, but they gave him some pathos.
Too long didn't read. Yeah, I could see that, but I also would say I think King has enough understanding and appreciation for pretty deep cuts and pretty deep lore in the DC universe that he still tries to kind of fold those aspects in. And I think you see that again on display if you're going to check out Human Target this next week. And Greg Smallwood, his art on that is just unreal, next level. Yeah, I cannot speak highly enough of it.
The art is so good.
That's something to look out for sure.
Is he doing all the art, interior, color, everything? I think so.
That's a great question. I think so.
I think because it's only his name on
doing
the
covers.
Book. Yeah. As I'm kind of pulling through here, let me zip to the end because I want to give him appropriate credits. It's a good book though. Y'all, I don't know if it's going to sell out, but y'all should pick it up because it's 100%. He's the artist. So he did everything, man. So Greg Smallwood is doing anything that looks pretty. He's making that happen. So, can't wait. So we can't wait to talk about that book because it's just it's going to be a special one. So, and the art is so good. I actually just saw something right here where I'm like, I didn't catch that the last few pages where it just kind of gives you the title of the book. I'm not going to say, but how they do it, I'm like, oh shoot, that's so cool. I just caught something. So yeah, look at it. It's giving me more, making me so happy. Next week, get this book, guys.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
Absolutely. Awesome. And then I haven't read it yet, but I know that Dark Knights of Steel is next week, and I'm excited for that, even if Justin isn't.
Yeah,
because you hate wizards and dragons and knights and kings and stuff. You just hate that.
I do hate that stuff. I don't know why I hate it.
Hashtag Justin hates comics.
Justin, get it going. Hashtag
keep going.
Justin hates comics. I'm okay with that, man. I'm okay with that. I'm trying to get excited about some new stuff coming out because I'm like, hey, I'm losing Daredevil. I might jump on to the new Ghost Rider book that's coming out.
That's in February.
Yeah, man. I'm like, okay,
that's the year of vengeance. Is it his 50th?
Yeah,
anniversary. Nice.
Hope he shows up in a movie. I like the idea of Ghost Rider. I thought the last book that came out a year ago was pretty good. I don't know why it didn't go, but whatever, man. Get Ghost Rider. I want to get into some new books. I'm excited for I'm excited for the future of comics right now. I feel re-energized about some of these books. So
hashtag Justin loves comics.
Hashtag I love comics. I'm back. I'm back, baby. Oh shoot. Okay. Is there anything else that you wanted to drop, Matt? I wanted to talk a little bit about Star Wars, but whatever, dude. Who cares?
Wow. Okay.
I was like, oh, Hayden Christensen, he's confirmed for 2 Star Wars shows, and I was like, what do you think? I'm like, it doesn't matter. Whatever.
Yeah, I think it's great.
He's Darth Vader. Good job.
Yeah, back. I'm cool with it.
He's like, hey guys, I need work. He's like, you guys got any Darth Vader roles? I'll do. I'll play young. I'll play old. Whatever.
I got it all.
What do you do, man? He's like, hey, we got the sounds for that. You don't gotta do it. He's like, no, listen.
No, really got it. This is the take.
I've been working on it, man.
This is the take.
He's like, come on, look it. All All right, Hayden, you're good. You're good. We'll put you in Ahsoka too. Yes.
All right, last
All right.
last question for you before we sign off.
Yeah.
In the spirit of Week of Halloween, favorite pumpkin or jack-o'-lantern based character?
Oh shoot. Dang, favorite pumpkin or jack-o'-lantern based character. Man, you threw me for a loop because I can't think of a character besides the Green Goblin that throws like those pumpkin bombs.
Yeah. Or just straight up jack-o'-lantern.
Or jack-o'-lantern. Or jack-o'-lantern. There was a guy, he was in the Global Guardians. I think his name was jack-o'-lantern.
There's like a bunch of versions of him. He actually props to Donny Cates for using him randomly, and actually not randomly, like fairly prominently through his fandom run at different points. So
see, Hobgoblin.
Yep, choice too.
Yeah, Hobgoblin's. Is Hobgoblin the one who throws pumpkin bombs? Doesn't Green Goblin throw pumpkin bombs too? They both throw them, right? Yeah, there's
Hobgoblin.
That's what a goblin would do. Goblins throw pumpkins.
Yeah, Hobgoblin, like he copied Green Goblin's like tech, I think, a little bit. So
yeah. What about New Goblin?
They will
throwing snowboards in the skies. It's all extreme. He's out. Yo, when I'm not out busting Spider-Man's ass, I'm drinking Mountain Dew. Yes, I'm getting vertical.
Crushing Mountain Dew and riding a hoverboard like Marty McFly.
That's right. So, what's up, Spider-Man 3? I'm taking you down. Mountain Dew, get vertical. New Goblin. Oh man, Sam Raimi, bro, please.
That was rough. Okay, so which goblin, if you had to keep one, which goblin would you keep between him and the one from Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Oh, wait. Wait, what are you saying? So between the Green Goblin from Amazing Spider-Man 2
and James
New Goblin,
Franco's New Goblin. That's it.
Oh man,
between the two of them. This is like a would you rather. It's not supposed to be two great choices.
Yeah, I'd probably just keep Franco because he likes pie. Right?
So good. So good.
Are we allowed to like Franco? I think he got canceled, right? Sorry. I don't know, guys.
I don't know, man.
I don't keep up on all that, but yeah, I'll keep Franco over the skin disease goblin. That one, he just looks weird. That's weird. Like, you don't got to make him an actual goblin. So that makes me not want Andrew Garfield to come back because his goblin sucks.
No, is he bringing him back? No.
They're like, dang it. Like, just dead. They're like, pick and choose who comes back. I hope, I hope, like, I know we're bringing it full circle now, going back to the beginning of the show. I don't know if this was a rumor or not, but I'd love to see Paul Giamatti's Rhino back because I loved him. He was probably one of my favorites. I just love that take.
He ate that scenery for a
so
lunch.
Good, man. I prefer Man in the Suit Rhino. I get it, whatever. But it was kind of fun seeing this take, this like ultimate version take. Yeah, it was good. In Spider-Man, that was some good Spider-Man stuff. Okay, I'm back. I'm back on board with Garfield.
All right, well, there we go.
Come on back, Garfield.
Hashtag Justin loves comics. There we go.
Toby still sucks.
Oh my gosh.
There is some funny. There's a YouTube channel where it's like Tobey Maguire in the Marvel universe. So they like cut him in there, and then they just do some crazy stuff too. Like they just throw him into like all different situations, and it's just... Anyways, I'm done. I can't. I'm gonna start laughing so much. All right, Matt,
let's wrap this.
How do people? Yeah, Matt has to go walk his dog. Okay, Matt, how do people connect with you?
And that's not a euphemism for anything. Like it's
he literally has to walk a dog.
You can find me on Twitter at Matt Ritchie.
Nice. You can find me on Twitter at Justin M. Kowalski. It's right there in our names, right there. You can look at it. You could have been writing that down a long time ago, guys. You're like, oh shoot, that's what that means. Those are our Twitter handles. Follow us on Twitter. That'd be amazing. You can follow the show at Let's Go Podcast. You can go to the website at www.letsgopodcast.com. Go there, buy some merch, buy a shirt, support the show, help us pay the podcasting bills, guys. We want the shirt. We want the shirts. We want the show. We want the show. We want the show to be free, but we want you to, hey, if you're going to drop some dollars on something, get something for what you're doing. And that way it helps out the show and you get like some shirts. It's good stuff. And leave us some reviews. You can subscribe here on YouTube or go on to the iTunes podcast store. Leave us some reviews there. That'd be very nice. We'd be much appreciated. Leave some kind comments and help spread the show. So, all right, man. Well, that being said, my name is Justin.
I'm Matt.
And this is Gorilla Glue.
And that's Gorilla Glue.
Sponsored by Gorilla Glue. When you want something to stick, bonds everything. Hey, we got an ad. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh man, Gorilla Glue. There we go.